Hey there guys, so today we're taking a look at a report from a subscriber. It's not really a conventional trip report, more like an account of some awakenings and enlightenment experiences, coupled with some lucid dreams that are induced by Seroquel. I think that's what it's called, this drug that this guy took. And yeah, I'm just going to share that with you today. I think you'll like it a lot. I wanted to share an experience I had which happened a few days ago on the 23rd and 24th of November, where I had some, what I would call, cosmic awakening experiences. To start off, I'll say that I'm no stranger to mystic experiences, spirituality, psychedelics, or anything in this sort of realm. I had my first enlightenment experience when I was 18, where I basically walked around in a complete state of bliss and ecstasy for a week, while witnessing some amazing synchronicities after practicing Buddhism strictly. So, mysticism is sort of in my nature, and I've had many spiritual, mystical, and psychedelic experiences since then. I'm 29 now, both of the divine and hellish variety. This one I'm going to tell is the most fresh and relevant to me now. Hope you enjoy and get something from it. Now, it all started a few days ago. My birthday had just passed on the 17th, and I was coming down slightly off a few days of celebrating with mushrooms, LSD, and very pure MDMA. All very pleasant experiences. So I wasn't sleeping that well, and I was up a lot. I was basically fine, though I was experiencing just a little insomnia. I had a normal day and was winding down playing some video games, Shin Megami Tensei 5 at night. I played for around an hour and a half until about 12:30 to 1 AM when I suddenly started to feel scared. It felt like a cosmic fear and dread that just sort of overcame me. Something was in the atmosphere. Not long after this feeling started, a bird, what I think was a seagull, flew close by my house and window and cawed pretty loudly. Which is really strange because it's 1 AM, which is typically a time of dead quiet and silence, and birds aren't out at this time of night like that. Startled and scared, I reached out to my girlfriend and told her to please call me. I was very scared at this point. I told her I felt like a cataclysm was about to happen, and about the bird as well. She talked me on the phone for a little while, and I took a Seroquel in hopes that it would calm me down. It helped, and I started to relax enough to chill and go to sleep. That night I had a wild, multi-layered dream. I was in a New World Order world where I was being trapped and kept in line by these goblin-like demons. I was in this small wooden cabin house with some people, and we would walk out, man a missile turret in the backyard, and try to pick off these goblins along the top of the fences around the cabin in order to escape. They would shoot back at us, and they killed me a lot. They shot explosive missiles at me and I was hit many times. Every time I was hit I would die and respawn back inside the cabin only to go back out to try and escape again. Each time I was hit I would fully feel the pain of the fire from the explosions all over my body. It was hellish. It was like a survival game. I was really feeling full-on pain that was actually manifesting in my physical body. I was there for a while, repeatedly dying and respawning until I was moved to a new place. This next place was like a giant auditorium room about 10 stories tall with rafters and beams along the walls. Same concept again. I would run and try to climb up these beams that went along the walls and throughout the room in order to escape through the ceiling, while these beings who worked there were tasked with knocking me back down, killing me in painful ways and keeping me stuck there. I was trying to go home. I started to get the feeling that this wasn't where I belonged though. I'm not shitting you. I died and respawned so many times trying to escape this place that I really thought this was my new reality. I forgot all about this one in which I'm typing this. This New World Order reality was it. I was really being tortured. But something positive started to happen. Every time I tried to escape, I was getting a little further up towards the ceiling, and I was starting to gain abilities. At first I would be grappling with all my limbs on these beams and poles, trying to climb up clumsily, but eventually I gained more finesse and could leap around, running across them with just my feet, and I gained the ability to jump very high, making it much easier. I was also getting used to the pain of being killed, so it wasn't as bad anymore. I was noticing something about this realm though. I had more power over it than I thought. With the power of my mind and consciousness, I could control things in it. I had self-doubt all this time, and it was starting to leave me, and I was becoming more and more powerful. It was around the 7th floor level on a beam when one of the most powerful workers there leapt from the ground up towards me to try and get me. I literally just pointed at him with my finger, and he was sent back down to the floor. He jumped up once more, and I did it again. The staff was giving me props, and was starting to be impressed by my strong will to return home, and my ability to do all this in the first place. I realised God was at the top. Truth was at the top. My home. And I was close. So after I sent the worker back down to the floor, I told God, "Please give me freedom, and I'll serve you." I realised it was my lack of self-doubt that allowed me to get so far. It's what allowed me to jump very high and do anything in this realm. But it seems there were still some things I was putting above my absolute service to God or freedom, and I started to slowly float back down towards the floor. But this time, like it was the Truman Show or something, all the staff there started congratulating me for getting so high up. I didn't make it all the way, but I was rewarded for making it so far. There was an announcement on a loudspeaker there that I was in a sense promoted for making it that high up, and for all my efforts. From the lowest sort of torture chambers of this realm I was in, to a higher, more comfortable level. And then, I woke up in my bed. I immediately rose to my feet, and I felt incredibly light, like I'd almost transcended this realm or something. It wasn't the usual weightiness of the body. My first thought was, holy shit, I need to tell someone this. So I reached for the phone. Wait, nah, pause and think for a second, integrate this. This was sacred. I sat on my bed and meditated for a while before going back to sleep. The beginning of the next day was pretty normal. I told my girlfriend what happened and spent some time alone before work. The workday passed with nothing special happening until I clocked out and started to feel that same kind of fear and cosmic dread come up from the night before as I was walking out the building. I work at a shopping centre and it was the day before Thanksgiving, so the store and parking lot was madness. I leave and walk into the front parking lot, and that scared feeling starts to creep in on me even more. I'm looking at all the frenzied families and people moving around, and I start to feel that cataclysmic fear again, almost like an Armageddon-ish sort of event was coming. I talk with my ride for a bit and I get home and again text my girlfriend to please call me because I'm scared, and having that same fear from the night before. We talked for a little while. I can't remember much of what we talked about, but she said I have to be fearless in the face of the changes happening on the planet. I got off the phone and I was still scared, so I started repeating this mantra to myself. I shall fear no man, for I am he, God. I shall not doubt, for I am he, and variations of that. Basically meaning, I am the universe. For much of my life I have had terrible self-doubt, which has crippled me. I simply didn't believe in myself, my abilities, my ideas or perspectives. And it was the same in this scenario. I was feeling scared and even paranoid of everything happening in the world. Changes are coming, and I didn't believe that we wouldn't reach a terrible end. I had no faith at all. But that dream I had showed me how powerful a lack of self-doubt was. I could do anything. I came to the realisation that self-doubt is doubt for the universe, and that I am the universe. I am the one. We are all one. When you are doubting yourself, you're not just doubting you, you're doubting God. You're doubting the cosmos. Because you are that. I began reading the Bible and some Psalms and read the quote, "For truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." I started crying in bursts uncontrollably while reading it. My fear was leaving me. It was really a crisis of identity. Maybe that cosmic dread was an awakening, and that fear a last-ditch effort in defense of my ego trying to remain in place, continuing to successfully trick me into thinking I am a separate being. that I'm not the one. Because I have no choice but to be it. It is what I am. It is what we all are, and there is nothing other than this. No one is separate from it. The same force that is spinning the planets is allowing me to sit here and type this. It's the same one. The same self. I don't know how well I ended that off. Hopefully it doesn't sound like I took too many leaps towards the end. I'm not an overtly religious person at all. But I think books like the Bible and other religious books are powerful magical texts we can use to aid us in these times. As a final note, I might say the mantra, I am he, or I will not fear for I am he, is an incredibly powerful one. I'm reminded of the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, a Hindu scripture where Arjuna is standing between two warring armies and having a conversation with Krishna. Arjuna is shaking and full of doubt and worry, and Krishna says to him, "Shake off this doubt, Arjuna. It is beneath you."